It's What's Another CV? It's your boy Poro. I'm back in the building with Batty Billz. Got my boy Federal A in the building. This right here is a touchy topic, but we're gonna talk about some street figures, legendary street figures, and just give our take on each one. The first person we're gonna talk about, I want to ask you a question on is Craig Pettis out of Memphis, Tennessee. You familiar with who that is?
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. He's messing with Lil Barbie.
Yeah.
He's harbored by the cartel when he was on the run from the feds.
Got a lot of money, right?
Yeah, he was getting a lot of money.
Was in tune with the cartels.
Yeah.
What's your take on him as far as like people say he's an informant, he's not an informant? What do you think?
I don't know. I got to see the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Paperwork tells it all. So, like, until what's your boy Crown Courts? Until I see some Crown Courts on Craig Pettis being an informant, then I'll go with that. But like I said, he was harbored by the cartels, and I know them cartel dudes snitch on each other left and right. So ain't no telling.
All right, now some people were trying to say he had more. He was bigger than Big Meech, had more money than Big Meech. I think Big Meech might have mentioned him in an interview where he said something about Craig Pettis being some type of informant or something. Yeah. What's your take on the people that say he was bigger than Meech?
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna put it like this. He had access. I ain't say he was bigger or had more money than Meech. Who knows? He had access to more work than Meech did. You know what I'm saying? Because he was directly with them dudes.
Is that a fact though? I'm pretty sure Meech had access to a lot of work too.
I mean, he said they were harboring him and all that too, but they actually did harbor him, and they harbored him because he was worth that much money to them. You know what I'm saying? The cartel ain't gonna harbor you. He was actually still worth that much money to him. And then from the paperwork I seen on his case, like he was sending 18-wheelers full of to Memphis. So Memphis was his hub. And like I said,
Memphis, he had a crib in like Vegas, I think too.
He had a crib in Vegas. I think he had a crib in the Yams. But Memphis was his hub. You gotta understand, Memphis, the Mississippi River separates, like that's the separation of the east to the west, really. The Mississippi
what it was though too? It was a lot of murders that was, BMF is one of the only drug operations that don't got no murders tied into the indictment.
A lot.
So supposedly it was a lot of murders in the Memphis area that he allegedly involved in. He even got people murdered when he was on the run already. After the indictment came out, allegedly he got snitches killed and all that.
They was trying to say he had something to do with the Lorenzen Wright thing at one point in time too.
Yeah, so that was more of a reason also why he was more hot, as far as like, once the bodies start dropping, it's easier to get people to flip on you and all that. Well, it took longer for BMF because that was just a straight drug operation for them to get racks and different type of thing. So maybe if individually he was big or as big as Meech, it wasn't as big as Meech because Meech had that big movement behind him. You know what I'm saying? He had a brother that was a part of the way. He had a whole family behind him. They called themselves the Black Mafia family. So, he probably wasn't as big as Meech culturally as, he might have been in the drug game as him.
But both of them can't fuck with Hush Puppy.
Craig Pettis was more.
I'm gonna be real with you with that one. Meech or Craig Pettis can fuck with Hush Puppy.
Hold on, let me get Federal A taking it. What you were saying?
Craig Pettis was more feared and revered. Meech was more loved and embraced. That's the difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Feared, definitely. He was feared.
Like, if you want to be honest, everybody wanted to be Meech, bro. Even Craig Pettis probably wanted to be Meech. Be more charismatic. Be more smooth. Like,
now we want to be Hush Puppy, eh?
Yo, Batty, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I remember, dog. He was paying niggas. He was paying bills. Like, he was paying tuitions.
Yeah.
Like, if you mess with the mom, like, you was get everything. I'm talking car note. Like, there was no car notes. Yeah, you buying your cars, buying your cribs.
He said it was fringe benefits.
Yes.
You get your teeth on something.
I mean, look at the run.
He said you messed with
Meech and T had a way longer run than Craig Pettis. Because Craig Pettis got on through basically robbing somebody else for some bread. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at the how Craig Pettis got on, he broke into a tow yard and broke into this car that supposedly had the dude that they was at the time hustling for bread. And then like basically ran off on him with his bread and started doing his own thing. But if you really think Meech and T had a tremendously long run